Hi everyone, this is Arcadius and welcome back to Naval Creed. So today I said that we will be going over the second set of torpedoes for Samson. However, there's not really any reason to because the second set is pretty much all bonuses. Yes, you do lose a little bit of rate of fire. However, it's still amazingly fast at 2.61 rounds per minute, and I even have mine up to 3.07 rounds a minute for my torpedoes. So even if you do lose a little bit of your rate of fire, it's not going to impact you any way, shape, or form. So definitely go with the second torpedoes. That brings us to Wicks. Uh, so technically I could do one on her because that is quite a bit of change in the rate of fire as well. You lose 0.5 rounds a minute, which is pretty substantial, but the increased range, the damage, the speed, the flood chance, all of those make it worth it. So only these torpedoes are pretty much the best ones to use. However, that does bring us to Clemson, which is the one that we'll be going over today. Now, I stopped at Clemson because there is an important difference between her torpedoes and Wick's torpedoes. So these are the ones that I was just going over for Wick's. The 5 kilometers, 56 knots, 8,700 damage, 1.5 rounds a minute. You can upgrade these with additional damage, additional range, additional flood chance, but you drop down the rate of fire even more. So now we're only at 1.09 rounds a minute when we were at, what was it, like 2.0 rounds a minute the first time for the stock Wicks torpedoes. So you do lose a bit, actually quite a bit of your rate of fire, about a third of it. But the change in damage and range and flood chance does make these somewhat useful. Honestly, I don't prefer these mainly because of the rate of fire. I do like having torpedoes ready whenever I need them, and I like rushing battleships. However, the 5.5 kilometer torpedoes do pack quite a punch. I think well, I was going to say it looks like they have the same speed, so that's not a problem either. So today we'll be taking Clemson back out to show you the second set of torpedoes for Clemson. Alright, and here ourselves a game. We have one carrier, surprisingly, a couple battleships, some cruisers, and then some destroyers as well. So a good little mix of everything. Alright, so I do have health buffs and speed buff supplies, so do keep that in mind. And let's see what we have. Hermes, Queen Mary, Kaiser, those are dangerous. Furutakas, Omaha, Clemson, Valkyrie, Minakaze, and a Valkyrie. Not too worried about anything really except those Kaisers. Those can certainly put a damp in my game. And so as you can see here, you do have about, like maybe 40-45 second torpedo reload. Or at least me, I have that for my buff supply. I'm assuming that's buff supplied at this point. But we are going to rush in there. So for the first set of Clemson torpedoes, which are the final set of Wicks torpedoes, I do really like the rate of fire. Like I said, you can just spam them out and then not have to really worry about them because they'll be reloaded by the time you need them. However, that is not the case with the 5.5 kilometer torpedoes. They do take quite a bit longer to reload. Oh, I don't think that was a good shot. Ooh. I don't know how I missed you, but I did. Yeah, we missed the Furutaka. That's fine. Alright, so we're going to see if we can get some hits on this Queen Mary. Maybe some on this Kaiser, and then run away because good torpedo range or not. Hey, we hit that Kaiser. That's funny. Good torpedo damage or not, we're going to last long against this, and health buffs or not, we're still going to take a ton of damage. Alright, so running away. I really wish my rudder was faster, however. Cool, so we were pretty much able to one-shot the Kaiser here. Torpedoes? Okay. Maybe we can do that again. Let's see, we're still within 2 kilometers, so we can't use our smoke to our advantage just yet. However, there we go. We are not detected anymore. But that also seems to hinder our ability to see the enemy team. Looks like we are the ones spotting them. Alright, so that'll take care of that Kaiser, and then we'll just turn around for our torpedoes on the right side here to use against this Queen Mary. As you can see, I do... Ooh, wow, the Kaiser actually dodged. Alright, that's kind of a problem now. But we were able to sink the Queen Mary. See, our torpedoes are at 15 seconds. I can last that long, I think. The thing about German battleships at this tier is that since their secondaries, as in the entire line, aim for the superstructure, for ships like Clemson, which don't have much superstructure, it is really, really hard for them to do any kind of damage. Alright, so let's... Looks like we can start shooting the Hermes. However, I think we should start working on some of these ships down here ourselves. Alright, so as you can see, I'm kind of slowing down to half speed quite a bit. That's to kind of help my turning circle radius, because I haven't played this ship in ages, and it feels like she turns like a brick. Alright, so let's see if we can finish off some of these lower health cruisers with our main guns. Not that we have very powerful guns, as they shatter, but it's a little bit of something. Nope, it's still shattering. Oh yeah, I was able to get a fire. Okay. Well, I know I can damage the Valkyrie at least. Doink. Let's just put some widespread torpedoes out for her. Oh, she dodged. Impressive. But you can't really dodge guns. Though, dispersion isn't necessarily in my favor either. Alright, so let's work on some of these. Ooh, nice insta fire. That'll help us. Yeah, the health buffs I have kind of make my ship quite overpowered at this tier, considering I have about half the amount of health as a battleship. So, yeah, this might not be the best way to show the ship, because if you do the exact same thing I just did in a normal Clemson, most likely you will have been sunk by now. They have what? 8,700 health or something like that. I doubt they cracked 10k. And I've already lost about 8,000 damage. So yeah, if you did exactly what I just did, you would be pretty much close to being sunk at this point. Also, my guns are absolute trash, but I kind of already knew that. Alright, so let's go tangle with his carrier. Since we're not able to do anything against those destroyers now. Though I have gotten 4 fires, so that's pretty impressive. Alright, so let's see if we can get a fire on this Hermes. Maybe we can get some more torpedo damage. Though she is really good in secondary, so I do have to be careful about that. I think her base secondary range is like 4 kilometers, maybe? I'm also going over 43 knots. That's actually a bit too fast at this tier, because If you go at 43 knots, the map is so small that you'll reach the other side in maybe like a few minutes. Alright, so let's get in a little bit closer. Technically, she is in torpedo range. However, by the time that the torpedo reaches the general area where she is, she will be out of range. So it's not worth shooting just yet. And they are 5 kilometer sectors. I was wrong. Dive bombers are coming in. My AA is absolutely trash, so I do not expect any kind of aircraft kills in the ship, no matter what I do to her. Still landing some hits. Ooh, another fire. Awesome. I don't think that my torpedoes are going to help me in any way right now, so I'm just going to keep firing with my guns, as limited as they may be. It does look like I have my team to help me, and we finish off the Hermes. Alright, so let's see how we did. 147,000 damage, 3 ships sunk, 76 shell hits, 15 torpedo hits, 6 fires, 5 floodings for 4,000 base XP. We did 20,000 damage in high explosive shells, 8,000 damage in fires, and 118,000 damage in torpedoes. So as much as I may not like these torpedoes, it is kind of a balanced mix because you do have your guns, even though they're not any better than Wicks. I'm pretty sure they're actually worse. Your torpedoes can be quite powerful. I was able to sink Kaisers with at least 6 torpedoes. So if you're going to rush them, then that might not be a bad idea either. However, the make or break factor for me is that rate of fire, so I will be staying with the first set of torpedoes, even though they don't do as much damage. They don't go as far. 0.5 kilometers is not that much, really. And then flood chance, I mean, if you're going to be able to one-shot them, you don't need to worry about causing a flooding because the ship will already be sunk. So that is just my philosophy on that. With that, I will wrap up today's video. If you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe. And join me tomorrow while we go over the second set of torpedoes for Mayhan. So again, thank you and take care.